the rest of this story is absolute ridiculousness. Can't believe I'm really telling this story. Like, this is really my life. At Disney World, in front of innocent children. Now they are to say congratulations. Hey guys, it's Nyra. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you're here before. My name is Nyra if you're new. Nice to meet you. Today I'm going to be giving you guys two story times. One of them is about the time that my family literally got kicked out of Disney World, the happiest place on earth. Because you can't take people from Harlem anywhere. And the second story time is about how I don't have an explanation for that one. You just have to wait and see, I guess. It's gonna be a wild ride. Yes, this is not clickbait. My family got kicked out of Disney World, and with good reason. We deserved that L. We completely deserve that. I'm gonna be getting ready, putting on some makeup so I look less ugly, and telling you guys a hilarious story. So that's enough talking. Let's get into the story. So you've read the title and you're like, wow, how could y'all mess that up? I know, it's like only my family. So let's just get into it. Tell you why we got kicked out of Disney World on our family vacation. So I was about 5 or 6 years old, and my family, I didn't have my younger sister wasn't, I was 5 because I didn't have a younger sister at the time. So me, my older sister, and 2 of our cousins went to Disney World, and my dad was a DJ, and not just like a party DJ. No, he was a world famous DMC champion DJ. So he traveled a lot. He was always on tour. He was always out of the country. So this was like a big deal for us. We were all taking a family vacation. My dad wasn't traveling, you know, he was here with us, and it was gonna be a blast. So we get to Disney, everything's normal and everything's cool. We check into our rooms, you know, nothing there is unusual. So they bought us autograph books, because when you meet the characters, they can sign your book, and then you can look back at it and see how many characters you met when you went to Disney World, right? Really cute, really innocent, really fun. Now, young Nyra was absolutely obsessed with the Country Bears. I'm not joking. And it's funny because at this point in my life, I could not even tell you what that movie was about. We still lived in New York, so I'm like a 6-year-old from Harlem obsessed with the Country Bears. Like, I don't know what the relation was. I don't know why I connected to that movie, but I did. I don't even remember what it is about. I just know that it was like a bunch of animatronic bears in the South. I was obsessed with Country Bears, and the Country Bears movie like just came out. So the Country Bears were walking around the park. Like they were walking around the park like the other characters, like Mickey and Minnie and all that. So we are walking around, and all I care about is getting some Country Bear autographs, because it's like, why'd I come if I'm not going to get a Country Bear autograph? You know, that's what I'm here for. And so we walk around. I got autographs from a bunch of the characters that obviously are subpar to me. I got Mickey Mouse's signature, and it's like, just Mickey Mouse, you know. Donald Duck, just Donald Duck. Minnie, you know, Daisy, all those people. And a few hours later, we're still walking around the park, and lo and behold, I see a Country Bear. Now, the way that it was, and like I said, the last time I went to Disney was this time when I was like 5 or 6, and we got kicked out of the park. So the last time I went to Disney, this is how it was when I was there. All the kids had the autograph books, and they wanted to get an autograph, so you kind of like waited in line. Like, we all kind of like circled around the characters until we could get to them for them to sign our books. Now, we were standing and standing and standing, and the Country Bear wouldn't acknowledge us. Even when we were like right in front of him, we're like trying to give him our autograph books, and I like want to meet him and take a picture with him, because I'm like, wow, I see this person in the movie I'm obsessed with every single day. I just want an autograph. And the Country Bear wouldn't sign any of my or my sister or my cousin's autograph books. And I was like, okay. So then we realize it's not just us. We realize it ain't just us that the country bear won't acknowledge or sign an autograph book for. It's anyone who isn't a white child, okay? Yes, you are hearing me correctly. The country bear was being racist. Now, I know everybody likes to jump to the R word and people are so easily offended, but need I remind you, this is like 2005, okay? The social political climate was not how it was today. We wouldn't have just jumped to the R word, okay? Number one. And number two, like I said, it was not just us. It was anyone of color. So I'm like, Dad, he's not signing my thing. So we're still, like, we stood there for a minute and he wouldn't acknowledge us or anyone that wasn't white. And then my dad got heated. And so my father was a hothead, okay? He was a hothead. He could handle a lot of stuff, but the one thing my father could never tolerate was racism at all, ever. He just couldn't. And really, I think that's where I get it from. Like, that's my breaking point. Well, all my common sense is gone, depleted, fleeing if I feel like someone's being racist to me. So, and I think that's where I get that from. He did not play about that. So now we've acknowledged, okay, the country bear's racist. Okay, so let me take this brief intermission to say that I went to go continue telling this story. And like I said, I was only 5 or 6 at the time. So I was like, maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly. I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences, so I don't always remember things from my childhood accurately or remember them at all. I just called my mom to confirm that what I thought is what happened. And the rest of this story is absolute ridiculousness. I cannot make this up, to the point where I didn't even trust my own memory. I just had to call my mom to make sure that this actually happened in real life and I wasn't imagining this. So then another white family walks up and they're like high-fiving the kids. They're like posing for pictures. Like when we went up to them, they were like ignoring us, like putting their back to us, wouldn't speak to us. And then another white family walks up and they're like posing for selfies with them and stuff and like signing their autograph books. And I kept trying to talk to the country bears because I'm like, no, I am not gonna sit here and watch my dream die. So I like straight up won't stop talking to them. And like I said, if there's two things my daddy didn't play about, he didn't play about racism and he did not play about his kids, okay? So he sees that I'm getting upset and my feelings are hurt. So now he's getting mad. And so yes, in the middle of Disney World, where all these happy, rich little white families are, my dad starts screaming at these country bears. Now, I was trying to talk to this one specific country bear, but there was like a bunch of country bears around us. And so, yeah, we could have walked over to a different country bear, but it's about the principal now. This is my favorite one and he's being racist to me. So my dad gets mad and he's yelling at these country bears and yelling at the Disney staff in giant animatronic bear costumes. Oh, y'all effing racist, huh? Oh, y'all want to be effing racist. We being racist. And so he's getting upset. And the country bear that he's trying to confront is still not acknowledging me. And I think you can see exactly where this story is going. My father, may he rest in peace and may God bless his resting soul. My father swung on a country bear in front of all these little white children. I can't believe I'm really telling this story. Like, this is really my life. My father swung on a country bear at Disney World in front of innocent children. And so I'm sure you know how this story gets to us being kicked out of Disney World. Do I really have to finish? No. The staff, you know how they have, or the cast members that are accompanying like the people in the costume, basically have to stop my dad from beating up a animatronic bear in a costume in front of children. And we are escorted back to our hotel and told that we need to get our things and leave the premises immediately. Now look, was that the wrong reaction for the Disney staff to take? No. But the dude was being racist, okay? My family, we are reasonable people. Are we hotheads? Yes. But we are reasonable people before we get there. And so y'all could have at least addressed the fact that old Country Bear was being racist to us. You know, y'all saw it. But yeah, we got escorted to our hotel room and told that we need to immediately leave the premises. And that's what we did. Just when the vacation got good, that was day 2 of like a week vacation. I would have really been trying to fight somebody after I done wasted my money. So yeah, we got told to evacuate the premises. And that's exactly what we did. Because had it been up to my father, he would have been standing there and he would have fought the Country Bear and traumatized a few kids. And that would have been that. But of course, I have some more crazy story times for you all because that's just how my life is. In high school, I was on dance company. Yes, I am a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 4 years old. It is truly one of the things I'm the most passionate about. I'm the most myself when I'm dancing. In case you guys just didn't know, I am a dancer. Ballet, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, everything but hip hop. I'm good at literally everything but hip hop. So in high school, it was only natural that I did dance company. And in my senior year, I was dance company captain. Basically helped out my dance teacher. I had a lot of responsibility, you know, whatever. So if you are in a dance company, a part of a high school, you probably know what a dance festival is. A dance festival is when all the dance companies from the high schools or the middle schools or whatever schools come together, and it's like a dance competition, but there's no like winner or loser. You all just come together and you perform your favorite piece that you've been working on. So festival comes around and we are at a different high school. Now the girls on company that I had to look after, like the girls on company with me, they like really didn't do much. You know, they weren't bad. They weren't crazy girls. They weren't always trying to fight people. They weren't, you know, mischievous. They weren't always trying to run around and do some crazy stuff. So I never, and some of them were like younger, like freshmen and sophomores. So they were immature. And sometimes like in the middle of rehearsals and practices, I would have to tell them like, y'all chill out, you know? But they were never trying to do things to get themselves in trouble. So I never felt like I had to have a super strong hold on them. And they definitely proved me wrong at this festival. So we're at someone else's high school. So we get shown around when we first get there. This is the bathroom, this is the locker room, whatever. So it's coming time for us to go perform almost. So now we are gonna go to the locker room and change. So half of the girls went and changed, and then the other half of the girls was like, oh, we'll change in a few minutes, you know? So I was a part of the first half. I went and changed with the first half of the company and then came back, and then the other girls went when we got back and changed after us in the locker room. And so a few minutes are passing and I go in the locker room. A few minutes are passing and they haven't come back. So my dance teacher's like, hey, go see what's going on with them. Go see what's taking them so long. I go in there, nothing's even wrong. They're just sitting there. They're talking a lot, really. So they're like changing pretty slow. And then they saw some girls from the other high schools that some of them knew. So they were all just talking, you know, nothing was out of the normal. So I went back. I was like, everything's fine. They're just in there, you know, talking or whatever. My dance teacher was like, cool. When I tell y'all another 20 minutes passed by and they were still in the locker room, to the point where out there, it was just me and my dance teacher. Like, even the girls that had already changed and went back to the locker room. So we were like, okay. So this time I got off my own and I was like, I'm gonna go see what's going on with them and what's taking them so long. I go in there, same thing. They're just like, now they're just kind of chilling in the locker room. And I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. I don't care what y'all do as long as nobody's getting in trouble. And then it happens. So one of the girls is like in a locker, like playing around. She's like, look, I fit in the locker. And another one of the girls comes up and like jokingly closes it. But all of the lockers were closing and like opening. They didn't have locks on them, and they didn't have like a, I don't know what it's called, like a deadlock, or when as soon as you close it, it locks. None of them did that. But of course but let's call her Mary. The one that Mary decides to get in is jammed. She gets into the locker, and let's call the other girl Addison. Addison closes the locker on her, like jokingly. Because Mary and Addison are like good friends. And Mary's like, okay, well, let me out now. And Addison goes to open it, and she's like, I can't. And she's like, no, I'm serious, let me out. And Addison's like, I said I can't. Yes, Mary is stuck in an effing locker. Mary's stuck in the locker. And now I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm captain. I'm responsible for what these girls do here. And I just stood here and watched this happen. And I didn't know it was going to get stuck. I thought they were just playing around, but it's like, now I've got explaining to do too, you know? So we're all pulling on and it's one of those little tiny locker handles. So it's like, how is she even stuck? We're pulling on it and she starts crying. We're trying to pry the locker open. It's like jammed. So like the corner of the locker is like lifting, but it won't open. And we're telling her, kick the lock, like try to kick it open. And she's kicking while we're pulling and nothing is happening. I've never been so annoyed in my life. We were back there. And then I had to go get my dance teacher and say, hey, Mary's stuck in a locker. My dance teacher looked at me like I had 3 heads. And I was like, I'm serious, please come with me. She was trying to help us get it open. One of the other dance teachers had come and saw what was happening and was helping us try to pull it open, which was super embarrassing for our dance teacher because it's like, look at what my girls are doing here. You know, it's like now someone else is a witness to what her dance company has done. And I feel guilty about it because I'm the captain and I was there when it happened. And I'm like, oh, I just want to die. So we could not get her out of there. No joke, for about 30 minutes. One of the girls on our team played soccer. She was pretty strong. She's a really good dancer too. None of that's even relevant. One of the girls on our team ended up being strong enough to pull the locker open while Mary was kicking. And the door finally swung open. But she was pulling so hard and with all of her weight that she like fell back. And guess who she fell back into? Me. Now, I have very small breasts. But the way they hurt that day, when all of her body weight from her trying to pry open that locker door and then the door flying open because Mary was kicking it, all of her weight and all of that, what's the word? Momentum. The word is momentum, and I'm educated. I knew that. I just was having a moment. Like all the energy from all of that, and then her flying into me and directly into my chest. Like we both hit the floor, and I was like, thank God I'm graduating because I couldn't do this for another year. That was 2 crazy story times. Y'all ended up getting an extra story time because the Disney story time wasn't that long. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, then leave me a like and a comment and subscribe for more videos like this one and not like this one, because I pretty much do what I want on this channel. I also take you guys' requests. If y'all say y'all want to see something, I'm probably going to do it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. All you self-promoters are janky. We established like the Yankees. This whole fucking game thankless. We moving militant, but somehow you the one tanking. No limit to where I could take it. And you know me as a crisp bottle sender, check picker upper. I thought we looked out for one another. Saw us all as brothers in a struggle, too blessed to be humble. I guess it's different in the city I come from.